Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing some IKEA DIYs that are perfect for a bathroom. Recently, I updated my daughter Annabelle's bathroom. We did a full makeover on it. If you'd like to check out that video, I'll link it for you down in the description box. But I wanted to show you some of the projects that I created from IKEA. So I wanted to create a larger rug for this space. IKEA has this really affordable rug that is only $20. I've had this rug around my house. I've had it in my office and just various areas. So really it's super functional and you could put it a lot of places. So I wanted to update it a little bit. So I'm going to start by measuring out strips on this rug. I'm going to use my tape measure to figure out how high I want my strips to go. And then I'm also going to count out the stripes that are currently on the rug to give me a little indication or where I should put the painter's tape. Next, I'm going to use the painter's tape to create a zigzag line. As you're adding on the painter's tape, you want to make sure that you're kind of looking and making sure that your measurements are correct. So every time I went up to like a high point, I made sure that it was the same point that I was for the last peak in my zigzag, if that makes any sense. I'm also going to be painting along the edge of the paint. So I want to make sure that I have nice crisp lines with my painter's tape on the outside edge. I'm going to repeat this painter's tape step on both sides of my rug. I wanted to paint this with spray paint, so that meant I had to cover the inner portion. So I just took some craft paper that I had lying around, and in combination with the craft paper and some painter's tape, I'm going to cover up the inner portion really well. Next, I took the rug outside and I'm going to be using a flat black spray paint to spray this. Rugs will soak up quite a bit of spray paint, so I used a full can for this rug. And you're just going to spray it really well. Now with most spray paints, you have to kind of spray from far away, but with a rug, it's a little bit different. You can be up close, and I actually recommend being up a little bit closer whenever you're spray painting than if you were spray painting anything else. You also want to make sure that you use 2 coats so it's a nice solid color. Next, I did my favorite part, which was removing the painter's tape to see how it turned out. And I think it turned out perfectly. I didn't see any bleeding coming through. Next, I'm just going to add this rug to my bathroom. So I've been a little bit frustrated when I've been shopping at IKEA lately because a lot of the items are sold out. So I've had to kind of think out of the box with my projects. So I was in the plant section and I found this little plant stand and I thought it was really cute and I thought it would make a great stool. So I picked it up. It was only $14.99. I also had an IKEA pillow cover that I had on hand that I thought would make the perfect cover for it. IKEA pillow covers can be anywhere between $2 and $8, so they are really affordable as far as fabric. So I had some 1-inch foam that I picked up off of Amazon, and I will link it below for you if you're interested. I used the topper to my plant stand, and I used it to trace out a circle around the foam, and then I just cut out the foam. Next, I cut open the IKEA pillow so that I could use it to cover my plant stand. So I'm going to use my staple gun to staple the fabric to the back. Now the staple gun that I was using, the staples weren't going in as well as I would have hoped. So if you run into that problem, you just want to take your hammer and just hammer in the staples. That will push them down into your product. If not, it's going to lay them flat so that you won't have any like weird staples sticking out when you're done with your project. I stapled it all around the stool, and then I had to go back in and trim off any excess fabric. Your final steps to creating the stool is just to attach your legs. I thought it would make a really cute little plant stand in the bathroom, so this is how I styled it. So I also wanted to make a cute little planter for this bathroom, and I've made these planters before, but I'm gonna make a different variation of this planter. So I used a juice container that I picked up, at the grocery store, and you just wanna cut your juice container in half. Next, I'm going to be working with a product called Quikrete, and I have found this is the easiest concrete that you can work with. You can pick it up at Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, and I'm just going to mix the Quikrete with equal parts water. Once you get your Quikrete mixed up, you're going to pour it into your juice container. You just want to make enough so that it fills your container as high as you want your planter to be. Now to create a little spot for my plant, I just added in a paper cup, and then you're going to add in a weight on top of that so it can sit there overnight. Give this a good 24 hours to dry, and then you're going to come back in and remove the paper and the cup. The reason I like to use paper over plastic here is it's so much easier to remove whenever it's dry. The colors in my bathroom are pinks and whites, and so I wanted to play off those colors. So I'm using my Waverly white chalk paint, and I mixed it with equal parts water. And I'm going to lightly brush the white paint along the middle. I'm going to come back in with a paper towel that I soaked in water so it's wet, and I'm just going to wipe the paint off. I want the paint to actually kind of pull up. I want to be able to see the concrete underneath, and I want it to be more of a wash effect. I'm also going to do that with my pink paint. Now the pink paint I'm using is actually the paint I used in my daughter Annabelle's room. I will link that video for you as well in the description box. So when I felt like I had too much paint, I just came back in with that wet rag and wiped off any paint so I had that desired look I was going for. Now for the plants, I'm going to be using this adorable cactus plant that I picked up in a 3-pack at IKEA. I just love all the fun plants at IKEA. I think I'm gonna pick up one of these little miniature cactus sets. They're $9.99 for a 3-pack. So I'm just going to take my cactus plant and transfer it into my new planter. And I think this looks adorable sitting in the bathroom. All right, you guys, you'll have to let me know in the comments which of these 3 projects was your favorite. I love knowing your opinion. If you're new here, make sure that you are subscribed. I post 2 DIYs each week. And if you missed our last DIY, I'll link it here for you so you can just click on it and go watch it. And I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.